When Drake left Cerro Brewster, he travelled down through the jungle, and as he descended, he came into the grasslands, which he called Champion Country. And they could see Panama City several times every day. And about half a mile behind the camera, Drake hid in a grove, and he could see this fabled city. I say fabled because it was at the crossroads of the Spanish New World. Behind me was the Pacific Ocean, along which the ships brought the gold and silver from the mines of Colombia and Peru and Bolivia to this exact place. This is Panama Viejo, the old city of Panama, founded by the Spaniards, and Drake just had to come here. It was the magnet for the privateer to see where the gold and the silver would be stored, and it would have been put on pack trains and taken north. And Drake sent one of his escaped slaves into the town at sunset, about 6 o'clock, to find out when the next mule train would be leaving. And when the Cimarron told Drake there was one leaving tonight, headed by the retired treasurer from Lima, Drake marched and laid an ambush about 18 miles further north. And Drake had more connections with this fabled city, because when he was on his world voyage, the reports would come in from the harbour of how Drake in the Golden Hind had robbed their ships between here and Chile. And all the depositions, the legalized reports were compiled here and sent to King Philip of Spain. And also on Drake's last voyage in 1595-1596, he sent his troops to try and capture Panama City. It was his dream to hold this city, reinforce it from England, and thereby stopping the wealth from the South American gold and silver mines from reaching Spain. In other words, Drake had this vision of strangling Spain's power base by stifling the flow of silver. It was a premature strategy from an Englishman, because the country had never done it before. How would they perpetually send troops across the Isthmus of Panama to reinforce this stronghold? And it wasn't till over 100 years later that Henry Morgan actually came here and conducted a serious and successful raid. And Drake was only about half a mile from here in 1573, in the month of February. And that tower behind us had just finished. The convent added another luxurious building to this tropical lush city. And this concurs with the fact that Drake saw this as the magnet that England should capture in its war against Spain. It was not to be, but Drake will become rich at a later date. Thanks for following this part of the video. Fin.